All these mayors are so compassionate about the Ukrainian war and all of these things that's going on with the Palestinian war and everything that's going on. But we're home. This is home. There's a lot more war going on at home that they're worried about abroad and not taking care of their folks at home. No premier, no mayors come out and apologize. No morals is what I call it. No morals. Your morality level is low. You guys should be ashamed of yourself.
So we see this going on all over the country, but when the government spends, it could be in excess of $100 billion on this problem, and there's no way of measuring whether or not their programs are successful. How are we to trust that these programs are even working?
This is a community that is only getting bigger. In fact, Brampton is one of the fastest growing municipalities in Canada. You need more housing to keep up with the demand, and you need it to be built faster and built in convenient, connected places.
Well, I know they can't come far from the sky to refine the purest of kings.
A novelty check and a pat on the back. The city of Brampton received $25 million from the Ford government for hitting its housing targets for 2023.
Last year, Brampton broke ground on more than 7,000 new homes.
But the actual numbers tell a different story. Brampton did not, in fact, build 7,000 new homes last year. It built just under 3,000. The rest came from homeowners creating basement apartments.
Make it rain, make it rain down, Lord. Make it rain, make it rain. Oh, seed needs the water, for it grows out of the ground. But it just keeps on getting hard. Hunger more profound. Well, I know there can come tears from the eye, but they may as well all be in vain. Even though I know these tears come with pain, even so, and just the same,
I'm hearing anger. I'm hearing and seeing a lot of distrust within government.
Frustration among residents and councillors has hit fever pitch over the lack of consultation and information surrounding this project.
You have people who are leaving angry. You have people who are leaving crying because their home, their investment, what they've worked their whole lives for, that's going to be in jeopardy.
The former nursing home was initially approved to house more than 40 unsheltered people before winter of this year. The rest of the project remains up in the air.
And people don't feel they have a say. No consultation of any sort was done to get the feedback and the buy-in and the support of the residents and the citizens of the area.
Whitby's Mayor Elizabeth Roy called out the behavior of some of those in attendance, saying in a statement today that she was deeply concerned with their actions, which included physical intimidation, yelling, and offensive comments about people experiencing homelessness. Some councillors say it's not the idea of a shelter they're upset with, but what they're calling a lack of transparency about the plan.
That's the big challenge with this process. Like, it was just immediately 45-bed, low-barrier emergency shelters coming out, and oh, by the way, can we come to your public consultation meeting? Can you help us pick up the paint color? Like, that's how residents feel. That's what I've heard from residents, and that's how they feel.
Did you take into account the residential community, the business community surrounding it? Did you take into account the number of children and vulnerable senior citizens in the area that might be impacted? Did you take into account any safety concerns, any consultations with the DRPS, the EMS services, how they might be affected, with maybe response times, any data around low barrier shelters? Did you take into account other low barrier shelters, such as, the one in Timmins, Coburg, Oshawa, anywhere? The answers to any one of these questions was we took into account the homelessness issue when making this.
That is the case, and knowing that we have comparable data to prove that this is hazardous and it is infringing on our right to public safety, why would we ever put this in a residential neighborhood? That is my question. So I guess I'm going to leave you with this, knowing all of that. And this is real life stuff. This isn't just theoretical feel-good words.
Done? Your 5 minutes has been passed.
Okay. I was just going to say, what is it going to take? Who's going to have to get hurt?
Thank you. Questions?
Make it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain.